Hi everyone and welcome to Prested Hall. My name's Mark, I'm one of the managers here at the hall, and we've been doing a few bits and pieces on Facebook and Instagram to try and show everybody what the hall is capable of, but there's been quite a call for a virtual show round. So what I'm going to try and do for you today is wander around all the various spaces of the hall, all our function rooms and outside, and I'm going to try and give you a bit more detail on what Prested Hall has to offer for you as a wedding couple. Okay, so if you can bear with me, I'm going to take you through and we'll give you a little show round today. We'll start right here at the entrance. This is the foyer as we come on through. This is where we hold arrival drinks receptions if you choose to have a church ceremony or use a registry office. It's also where our reception is located. As you can see here, we also have some history on the wall. The hall itself is roughly 500 to 600 years old, the bit that's standing at the moment. The site does date back to the Domesday Book, so it's got a lot of history. Obviously, in the recent years, we've been using it as a wedding venue. We've been doing that for nearly 20 years now and hosted hundreds of weddings over that time. What we'll do now is we'll move on through the hall itself. So once your guests have got their drinks, they can make their way through. We go past the bar here where we stock pretty much a good range of everything from your gins to your whiskies to your vodkas, your soft drinks, your beers, draft beers, ciders, etc., and obviously your wines. We have quite an extensive range. You can check that out when you're actually able to come in here and have a look round. We'll be happy to show you. So we'll move on through. We come into the oldest part of the hall here, so it's all beamed and oak panelled. This is part of our lounge area. Lovely in the winter. For winter weddings, we'll have Christmas trees and decorations everywhere, and on a sunny day like today, it's also lovely and cool, which is the great thing about old buildings. They generally tend to stay nice and cool in the centre. So we've got a lovely open fireplace here, which we have roaring during the winter months. So the lounge itself will be an area that you use throughout the day. Obviously guests can relax here, photo opportunities, place to gather before the ceremony and afterwards, and then in between any meals or other events that you decide to have going on throughout the day. We have another little snug here to the side, which is dedicated to the parachute regiment. A couple of years ago, they presented us with this plaque. This is due to part of the history where they were stationed here during the war, and it's lovely that we can still keep that connection with them today. They come in 3 to 4 times a year and host their events here, so we've got a little area of the hall dedicated to them. On the other side of the lounge here, we've got our library, which I'll just head over to now. As we come through, you'll see it's another area of lounge that your guests can relax in. Lovely big bay window there, open to the grounds. And then obviously all of our historic books on the other side. Now, the library itself is where you will meet the registrars if you choose to get married in one of our ceremony rooms. We keep this place private in the morning. It will be shut off to your guests until after the ceremony, purely so that we can keep this area nice and tidy and ready for you to sit down with the registrars and get ready for the ceremony itself. Now we have 3 ceremony rooms here at Prested. We have the oak room, the garden room and the orangery. And then we also have an additional space outside, which is our gazebo, which is right next to our moat. We'll go to the oak room now. This is the smallest of our function rooms, which is just through here. Now today I've set this up with a rather small wedding. This is about 30 guests. And as you can see, it's a lovely, bright, warm room. Nice oak floor, big oak fireplace. So we'll move down the aisle here. So all of our function rooms are used for different things throughout the day. Obviously you don't have to choose to have this as your ceremony room. It can be anything from where you hold your buffet later in the evening, casual seating, so an extension to the lounge, or you can have it as the dance floor, which a lot of people choose to. So you'd have your DJ in here or your band, and then you've got the hard floor already for you to dance the night away. What it does have a bonus of is that it opens up onto our main room, the orangery, which is just through here. This means that if you do choose to have your evening entertainment in here, you can have your seating in the orangery for the evening, and you've just got a little bit of gap between you and the music and entertainment, just so it's not right on top of your guests, which is quite good for any older guests that you've got coming to the wedding. Gives them a little bit of break so the music's not right on top of them. We've also got in here our dessert wall. It's not set up at the moment, unfortunately. We launched this probably just over a year ago now, and it's been going amazing ever since. If you've got a sweet tooth, it's definitely something to choose for your packages when it's set up. I'm going to get some assistance with this video from my colleague Dan, who's hopefully going to edit in some still shots that we've got from wedding setups and things, so that you can see different styles of setups of the room. And things like that, and also he'll be able to show you exactly what the dessert wall looks like when it's set up. So I'll move on now, we'll go back out the room and we'll go round to the orangery. There are plenty of period features, as you've noticed, throughout the hall. We've got things like this Art Deco skylight, and you'll notice other bits and pieces as I go round. Our big staircase, great for photos, for brides and grooms with their family as they come down ready for the ceremony. We work with various suppliers. A lot of these have done great jobs in decorating this with fresh flowers and fairy lights, etc. It can look quite stunning when it's all set up. We'll go back through this way to the orangery. So this is the orangery. It's the biggest of our indoor function rooms. I've currently got this set for a sort of smaller wedding breakfast in what we call the Downton Abbey style, which is one large central table. This is set for 60 guests at the moment. Again, this room could be used for various things, from your ceremony itself, if you've got larger numbers of guests, for your meal, your evening entertainment. If you have a dance floor down, you can have your band or DJ in the room with you. Various things from magicians, etc. have also performed in this room during the meal and during the evening. It's lovely and bright. It opens right up to the decking, and then obviously our grounds beyond, as you can see. I did forget to mention, which as I'm passing the oak room here that we're going past, the capacity of the oak room. So the oak room can seat a maximum of 60 of your guests. As you can see, it's quite spacious at the moment. I didn't put too many in there. So if your guest numbers for the daytime, for your ceremony, are 60 or under, this is an option for you. Above that, you'll be either choosing between here, the orangery, which is the biggest one, as I say. This can seat up to 140 of your guests for a ceremony and 100 people for a sit-down 3-course meal. Obviously, you can go larger than that if it's not quite such a formal setting. But generally, for a wedding breakfast that is a sit-down meal, our max capacity in this room is 100 guests. We do have a middle function room, which is a garden room, which we'll work our way around to next. And that gives you a capacity of 80 guests for your ceremony. So if you're under the 100 mark, but above the 60, you've got another option there as well. So as I say, the orangery here opens up to the decking, so we can go out through. And you can see we've got some beautiful grounds here at Prested, some really mature trees and parkland around. We've actually got 72 acres of parkland around Prested itself. And obviously this is our moat. We are a park-moated manor house with our little gazebo and bridge over there that you can see going round. Plenty of wildlife, fantastic on a day like this. But there's always a chance with every wedding to get out and get those fantastic shots. Now, we work with loads of suppliers, and we have a recommended suppliers list. You can view that on our website. All the photographers and things on there have worked various times over the years at Prested, so they know the areas to get these amazing photos that everybody loves. From Simon at EPS, we've also got Matt Heath Photography. You've got David Islip. If you check those out, check out their websites, there'll be plenty of images on there that will show you what Prested can look like on a wedding day. So we'll go back through. Now we'll come back into the orangery here just to give you another shot of the room. Like I say, this can be used for various things, from your evening entertainment through to your meal, and there's obviously different setup styles that you can have. You don't have to have this block table. We do have round tables, seating up to a maximum of 10 guests on each. So you can have different little groups dotted throughout the room. You can have a U-shaped table or an E-shaped table, whichever takes your preference. We'll try and match whichever way you wish to go with your wedding. With the evening entertainment, obviously we work with various suppliers, from Scott or Aurora Pearl. We have Tim from Silver Sparks and Essex DJs as well that perform here regularly, doing entertainment. We have the Matt Stafford duo, which play quite regularly as well. And then if you're going for something a bit quieter, we have the Oakwood String Quartet, which will give you some nice background music through your ceremony and through your wedding breakfast. What we'll do now is I'll head on back through the lounge, and we'll go into the last of our indoor function rooms. With regards to food at Prested, all our meals are prepared by our team of in-house chefs. We use some of the finest locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to us, and that's our aim throughout anything that we create here at the hall. That's anything from all the options you get with your 3-course meal, from your different starters, mains, desserts, all the way up to your evening buffets. We do hog roasts, barbecues, the dessert wall I mentioned earlier. There's other bits and pieces you can add in, from fresh fish platters to continental meat boards, cheese boards, and all sorts that we can look at for you. If there's not quite something there that takes your fancy, we're happy to sit down and discuss things with the chefs, and they will try and do their best to get exactly what it is you're looking for your wedding day. But there's plenty of choice there already. You can view some of these menus already on our website, so if you want to go and have a look at that, that's www.prested.co.uk, so check that one out. So this is the garden room. I've got this set for a slightly larger ceremony here today. This is for 60 guests currently in here at the moment. It's a lovely bright room. As you can see, it opens right up to the grounds here. So fantastic for summer ceremonies especially. We'll move on round just so you get a good look at the room. So the max capacity of this room for a ceremony is 80 guests, as I mentioned earlier. This is 60, and as you can see, it is quite spacious, so there's plenty of space to squeeze those extra 20 guests in. Again, with this function room, it can be used for all different types of things. It doesn't just have to be a ceremony room. You can have your evening buffet in here. People choose to have hog roasts, etc. The sweet wall, which I mentioned earlier, that can also be used as a Prosecco, Pimp My Prosecco station, so we do that as well. You can see the whole room. And then again, it can be used for completely different things as well. We've had giant scale electrics tracks in here, horse racing machines. We've had it used as a kids creche for the day, so there's a nice space for them to be looked after. And then again, it does open up, as I say, to the grounds. So we're back outside again. This is one of the great things about Prested, is that with this venue you can move in and out. There's a nice flow throughout the building, and you get the whole building as exclusive hire to yourself. We don't have 2 weddings in a day, there's only one at a time, so it is, as described by many people, like having a giant family house for the day, which gives you fantastic scope to decorate and arrange things however you wish, and for your guests to just relax and stroll wherever they wish to. They can explore the grounds. The whole 72 acres are open to you and your guests. You can wander around. I'll just give you a little back shot there of the hall so you can see where it's situated within the grounds. Now, unfortunately, there is one thing that you will notice just now, is that our marquee is missing. Now, unfortunately, the storm just before all this happened did damage it, and it has come down, and it was due to go up a couple of weeks after we all got put in lockdown. So unfortunately, it's currently sat in its warehouse waiting to be put up as soon as we're allowed to get back to work again. As you can see, it does have quite a large footprint. It's fully carpeted. Now, the marquee itself is a traditional pole marquee, so it has a high ceiling. What I'll get is Dan, my colleague, to put in some photos in a minute, just so that you can see exactly what it looks like when it is set. It normally has a little corridor which links it to the hall, just in case we do get some bad weather on the day. You shouldn't be getting wet. Now, the marquee itself is bigger. It is the biggest of the function rooms. It will seat 140 guests for your sit-down meal. Again, you can use a variety of tables and set it out how you wish. You'll see in some of the photos that we have lanterns up and things like that. People have added coloured lanterns and etc. just to decorate further, wrap things around the poles, fairy lights, just to make it exactly how they envisage it on the day. And that's what we try and work towards, is to try and envisage your thoughts and on your wedding. And our motto is your wedding, your way. Now, one bonus to the fact that it's not here means that we are getting a brand new marquee. So when it goes up, it will all be brand new. There'll be a big panoramic window which goes right along this edge here. So when you sit at your top table, you've got this fantastic backdrop to your meal for your photographs, your speeches, etc. All new linings, all new lights, everything. So new carpets. It will be all nice and fresh and new for anybody from this year onwards, which is a brilliant bonus. The marquee here at Prested is in use between May and September, and outside of those times all weddings and events are held within the hall itself. The marquee is also subject to an acoustic licence only for its music, meaning that you can have anything from a string quartet to solo pianists, acoustic guitarists, jazz band, but unfortunately you can't use it for your disco in the evening. For this, we'll move you through into the hall with all your decorations and chairs and everything else, all done for you, setting you up ready for the evening to party the night away within the orangery or the oak room in the hall. So lastly, out here we have the gazebo. Now this is our little bridge-side gazebo, which is licensed for a ceremony. What happens is you will be seated under here with the registrars and your two witnesses, just up these couple of steps in the shade, keep you nice and cool. And what we do is we create an aisle with the chairs going back across the lawn here. Now, as you can see, it lines up with the rear of the marquee. It's purposely done so that what we do on the day is the bride and her bridal party will be brought out from the hall there, from the side door. We go through the marquee, which gives you, the bride, a little sneak peek of the setup of your wedding breakfast if you're using the marquee that day. And it also means that you're kept hidden until you're ready to walk down the aisle. So as you can see from where I am on the steps, lines perfectly up with the back there. And what we'll do is when you're ready and the registrars are ready, we'll let you out and you get this nice long aisle across the lawn here with all your guests and friends and family there. Perfect for you to arrive for your ceremony. It's also great for your photo opportunities. So we have the bridge here. You'll see some shots as well during this video of past weddings and brides and grooms and friends and family up on this bridge and various areas around the grounds. It's a fantastic setting with the wildlife. We've got lots of baby ducks and geese around at the moment. There we go. So what I'll do now is I'll head back to the hall. I'll try and show you some of the bedrooms so that you can see what the rooms and accommodation is like. Now I'll get Dan to edit this video a bit so that you don't have to wait for me to walk around the grounds again. But just so you know, the accommodation here at Prested is quite large. We have 14 rooms with the hall itself. That sleeps a maximum of 32 guests. And then we also have 6 self-catering apartments located over in our health club itself. That sleeps an additional 20. So all in all, you can sleep 53 of your friends and family here on the day. Sometimes the apartments themselves can be booked the night before, so therefore you can also use those to get ready, and I'll try and show you some of those later as well, so you can see how spacious they are. So they're fantastic for bridal parties getting ready in the morning. Okay, I'm going to head up to some of the rooms now. I'll see you shortly. Now, as I mentioned earlier, with Prested Hall you do get a complete exclusivity of the hall when you book your wedding with us. So that's all the function rooms, the hall itself and its grounds, just for you, your friends and family for the day. The only people you'll see around that you won't recognise will obviously be the staff, and they're there to make sure everything runs perfectly for you. Now, that exclusivity is for any type of wedding we do, whether that's an intimate, a larger one, a full-day wedding or an evening wedding. Everyone that is a bride or groom here at Prested Hall gets that exclusive hire. Now, if you have an evening wedding with us, that exclusivity starts from 5 p.m. in the evening and goes right through until 11 o'clock the next morning. And if you opt for a full-day wedding with us, that exclusive hire starts at 11:30 in the morning and goes through till 11 o'clock the next day. That means, obviously, throughout the wedding day, all our weddings are bespokely made, so you come in, discuss with our events planners exactly what you would like for your wedding day, what sort of entertainment, what food and everything else, how your setup and everything goes, and that will be carried out for you by all the management staff, the events managers and the staff there on the day. Like I say, that hire goes through to the next morning, and the little bonus you get with that with Preston is that we do a group breakfast for everybody together the next morning in the Orangery. And it's just a fantastic chance for everybody to get together, exchange those stories and tales and photos from the night before, and just relive the day a little bit more before those happy goodbyes, and we send you off on your honeymoons. As I say, we'll head up the stairs here and I'll show you a selection of some of the bedrooms we have here at Prested. First one at the top of the stairs here, number one, is the bridal suite. We have two bridal suites here at Prested. This one, number one, which is in the oldest part of the hall, as you can see, with a lovely beam ceiling and features. The alternative is the Dingle, which is a separate little cottage. He's located just in the grounds, not far from the hall, so it's not far to go. That just gives you the option of a little bit more privacy on the evening. If you want to get away from your guests for just a little bit, just gives you that added little bit of separation. However, most people do choose to stay with their friends and family in the hall, so this is the main option, room one. A lot of brides choose this to get ready on the day. As you can see, it's quite a large room. Plenty of space for your little bridal party to get ready with your hair and makeup. It also obviously looks out to the side here, so if you have got a summer wedding or you're using the marquee, it does give you the ability to see some of your suppliers coming and going and your friends and guests arriving. Now we have a selection of rooms here at Prested, from superiors like this one, the bridal suite, through to standard doubles, twins, family rooms, the attic suite, and then of course, like I say, the apartments, etc. as well. Now what I'll do is I'll head round to one of our standard doubles, just so you can see those, just upstairs here. Number 6. And as you can see, they're all lovely and bright and airy. We try and retain as many of the period features in each room as we possibly can, like these fireplaces. Ones at the rear here obviously got lovely views out across the grounds and the moat. All our rooms are en suite, so there's no shared bathrooms or anything like that. They've all got mod cons. Telephones in every room, so you can talk to your guests between rooms when you're getting ready or later in the evening if you need to. And then what we'll do is we'll head round to another superior, just so you can see some differences, just at the end of the corridor here. Difference between a standard and superior is obviously a slightly larger room, larger bathroom. They have larger beds in the superiors. They've got super king beds, whereas the standards have king size beds. And they've got little seating areas as well. Again, generally have a little bit better view. But they're all nice and comfortable rooms. Same Egyptian cotton sheets throughout. Robes in the superiors, all fresh cotton towels. Everything you expect from a venue. Tea, coffee making facilities, TV, everything in every room. Like I say, telephones, Wi-Fi throughout. What we'll do now is we'll head round to one of the other standards, and I'll try and show you one of the family rooms as well. Just got walks and corridors. So whilst I'm walking, I'll explain a little bit about our team here at Prested. So myself and Karen are the hall managers here. We also then have a couple of duty managers. That's Dan and Natasha. Dan, you've heard me mention a couple of times, who will hopefully be editing this video for me. And then above that, we have the events managers. Now there's 4 of those, Claire, Gemma, Rachel and Catherine. They're the ones that deal with the brides and grooms on the most basis. This is a family room, I'm just going to go in now. Again, this is at the front of the hall, so it's not even got the sun on it. But as you can see, nice, bright, airy room. Camera's decided to stop focusing. There we go. Sorry about that. Lovely period furniture. Big beds again. This is currently set for 3, but it can sleep 4. And again, all en suite. So we'll head across now, just show you one of the other standard doubles, just so you get a better idea of the rooms. So as I say, the events managers are generally your primary port of call. They will hold meetings with you from viewing to the actual day, getting all the details and everything that you guys want to get across to us and that we need to make sure that your day is as special as you wish it to be. Each one of those meetings will entail different things, and as you get closer to the day, they'll gather more and more detail until they've got everything in place. That will be from who's attending, to who's sleeping in what room, to where you want specific decorations, what suppliers you're going to be using, from florists to DJs, hair, makeup, etc. And what they will do as well is contact each of those before the day, just to make sure that everything is in place and ready. So they'll do as much checking as possible and as much to take the pressure off you as they can. And that's what they love doing. Most of us, the team here at Prested, have been here for a long time. I myself and Karen have probably been here nearly 10 years now. Rachel and Catherine. Rachel's been here a bit longer. She's probably coming up to about 15 years now. I'm going to hazard a guess at that. She'll probably kill me for that one. It's probably not quite that long, but we'll see. Catherine herself has been here for about 8 years. And then you've got Gemma, who's been here roughly, I would say, about 6 years throughout different roles, and now an events manager. She's doing fantastic. She's been doing weddings for just over a year now, in the full role, and she's had nothing but compliments, which is an amazing achievement for her. And then you've got our newest team member, which is Claire. She's been with us for about 7-8 months now, and is gathering the role quicker and quicker every day, and learning off of the others and doing a fantastic job. She's already run some other functions and things for us and done a cracking role. So we're all very experienced here, and hopefully that comes through on the day. That's what you want from a venue, hopefully, is the staff as well, to make sure that everything goes perfectly. And that's what we enable people to do here. We all have our roles and different job titles, but we work as a team, and often described as a family here at Prested, which is a fantastic achievement for us. And it's lovely to hear those comments, to know that we get that sort of appearance to the outside world. And that's what we want to do. Our main aim here at Prested is to have your wedding your way, as our tagline says, and give you everything that you wish for your amazing day, and make it as fantastic as possible. And what I'll do is, we're back down in the lounge here. I'm just going to cut again, and I'll head over to the dingle just so you can see the little cottage, and then after that we'll explore some of the health club as well. Okay. So here we've got the dingle. This is our little cottage just located in the grounds. Like I say, this is the alternative to the bridal suite. As I said, it's not far away from the hall. It is just across there, the hall, so it's not far to walk if you need to get across here. So if we just go in the door here, the dingle itself was originally the prayer chapel to the hall. Has a much more modern interior than the one in the hall itself, room 1, as you can see. It is a lovely, bright, spacious room again. Big chandelier. And as I say, the difference in this one is it just gives you that little bit of space away from everybody else if you just need to get away. It's got a private little courtyard garden just around the side there. His and hers sinks. And obviously it is en suite as well. The bathroom just back through here. It is still connected. It may be away from the hall itself, but it does have obviously Wi-Fi. As you can see there, the phone. So you're not away from your guests at all. You are still connected if you need to speak to anyone. And on the day, if you do choose to use this one, obviously the events managers and ourselves will be back and forwards checking and bringing over anything that you need. And then obviously finally bringing you over for the ceremony. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go back out and we'll head over to the health club. Right, so we're over in the health club. I'm currently in the gym. This was redone at the beginning of the year. We have a 40-station gym here at Prested Hall. Now, you might be thinking you're not going to use that on your wedding day, but you do, and all your wedding guests that stay with us do get access, free access to everywhere in the health club. So that's using this equipment. We also have a swimming pool, and then a big thing at Prested is tennis. We have 4 paddle tennis courts, 2 indoor real tennis courts, and 2 outdoor lawn tennis courts, which you can, of course, book slots on to use as well. It's just to give you a little show around of all the facilities that we have here at Prested. So I'll just give you a little show around now. So we have got treadmills, we have the exercise bikes, cross trainers, resistance machines. This is all Spirit and Gym 80 equipment, all brand new. And then obviously we go into the functional training area where you've got all your free weights, lifting rigs, battle ropes, kettlebells, everything like that. So as you can see, we have a lot of facilities here at Prested, all free to you and your guests on the day. What I'll do now is we'll head down and I'll show you the swimming pool. Okay, so here at Prested, we do have a pool, as I say. This is a 20 metre by 12 indoor pool, 5-lane pool. Quite a large pool for a private complex, as you can see. Nicely maintained. It has a little sunroom on the other side, which also has a little private pool garden to the back of it. And then obviously down the other end, we have the sauna and steam room as well. Like I say, you do get use of all these facilities here at Prested as part of your package for you and your guests that stay over. Please note though, the pool and the health club facilities are adult only, apart from specified times at the weekends, purely because it is part of our health club facilities. So also over in our health club, we have our apartments, as I mentioned earlier. These are self-catering apartments. They have little kitchenettes in each. They're all en suite. We have 6 self-catering apartments here at Prested. 2 of them are 1 beds. This is a 1 bed that I'm currently in at the moment. The other 4 are 2 beds. They have a double bedroom and a twin room. So as I mentioned earlier, this allows you to sleep an additional 20 guests if you use all the spaces over here in the apartments. As you can see, I'll show you around. They are quite spacious, and a lot of the brides and grooms choose to use these for their night prior accommodation. They'll stay over here with their bridal party or their groom party and use the space to get ready. Now, as you can see, they do have quite a lot of space available in them, and the 2 beds are even slightly larger. Obviously, they have a double bedroom as well. It just gives you that added amount of flexibility to be able to do different things with how you plan your day, save you having the stress of having to get here on the morning of the wedding. You can stay here, and ourselves and the events managers will help you get across to the hall when it's available for you in the morning, so that you can carry on getting ready for your wedding on the day. So over here in the health club, as you can see, we have the small bistro area. This is the reception area for the health club, where you'll be greeted if you ever come over here. Fully staffed. It has a bar and cafe style restaurant which runs every day between various serving times. You can use this at your leisure if you wish to, either the day before or the day after your wedding. And it's also where you'll come in if you're going to use our LMS Spa. This is through in the other side of the health club, and it offers all sorts of treatments from nail paints through to full massages. They have twin rooms as well as single rooms, so as a couple you can go in together, or you can also have treatments on your own. Again, anybody that's using these facilities gets access to the pool, the sauna and steam, free of charge. There's all those bonuses there, added little bits and pieces that we allow people to use just whilst you're here. Just adds that little extra touch, just in case you want somewhere to come and relax and chill out on the day of or the day after. Okay, it kind of brings us to the end of our tour here. There's a few other things to mention just that you get with a wedding here at Prested. Like I say, all our weddings are exclusive hire. You get the whole hall to yourself and your family and friends for the day. Also, just to mention, in the lead up to your wedding, we'll invite you in for a free menu tasting. This is for the bridal couple. You can bring others if you wish. But the menu tasting gives you a chance just to see what the service, the presentation of the food, and obviously the taste and quality is like. That is free of charge from us. That's just one little added bonus. We also then do wine tasting sessions, so you can come in and try the wines that are on our list and ones that are available for you to book on the day of your wedding, so you can try them out. That is with Great Passions. They're located in Witham, and that is one of our suppliers here. It's fantastic knowledge. They're all hand-picked. They go out themselves to all the various vineyards throughout the world and pick all those wines specifically for venues like us. So they are great quality. And again, it's just an added bonus that you get with us as one of those little perks that you get to come in and try everything before the day, just so that we can make sure that everything is as perfect as it can be. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we are a fantastic team. We have a wealth of knowledge, and we've been doing this for many, many years. And it's a pleasure to myself to work with a fantastic team, from everyone from the housekeepers right the way up to the management staff. Everybody, I know this place loves it. And everyone is sad that it's closed at the moment, and it's a difficult time for everybody. So hopefully this video gives a little bit of fun and excitement back to the staff, and also you guys out there that are looking to book or possibly have already booked. It just gives you a chance to view the venue again, see what we have to offer, and I know the staff can't wait to get back here and get working and running weddings and other functions again. It's what we love doing, and that's why we've all been here for so long. Like I said earlier, with the wealth of knowledge, the event staff together have probably got a combined knowledge of well over 20, if not 30 years knowledge of working in the industry, and hopefully that comes across in what they do. Now, just to mention again, obviously we do work with some fantastic suppliers, some of the leading ones throughout the country actually, and quite a few of them are located quite locally to the hall. I did mention a few earlier, from the photographers and the entertainment, but obviously there are other ones that we work with closely and have done throughout the years. People like florists, for instance. You've got Brown's Blooms and Balloons. She's amazing, does some great floral displays. You've got W Flowers as well, Amiga Fleur, always here on our wedding fairs. You'll be able to come in and check them out. Hopefully we'll get one of those wedding fairs up and organised soon, once we're all allowed to get back to normal, so everyone can come and meet those guys as well. Then there's cakes. You've got Beck's at Apple Tree Cakes and Reluca from Luca's Cakes. Amazing sugar artistry from both of them. Top of their game, both of them. Then you've got anything on there from wedding dresses and suits. You've got Amara Bridal and Abigail from Abigail's Collection in the Groom's Room in Colchester. Actually, if you're a key worker at the moment or working for the NHS, they're running an amazing competition. They're giving away a wedding dress to some lucky brides. So if you're in one of those trades, and we're all incredibly thankful at the moment that you are, please have a look at that and see if you get a chance of winning a dress. It would be amazing. If you do need any other further advice on recommended suppliers, like I say, our list is on the website. You can contact us. We can also send this out if you need to, but it is all viewable there through the website. And any further details on anything that I may have missed, I probably haven't caught everything. It's the first time I've ever done one of these live videos, so hopefully it hasn't been too bad. But other than that, I do hope you're all keeping safe and well. We can't wait to see you back here, and I can't wait to have the staff back in here as well, so that we can all get back to having some fun and exciting times again. Take care, keep safe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye from us all at Prested.